Welcome to Come to Momma, where we're nurturing souls. I'm going to do a oracle pull and some tarot cards. How was your day the 22nd of January 2022? It was an interesting day for me. I really could say that it felt like a very stagnated energy. Um, I could say it wasn't in my highest vibration. I was trying to be aware of how I was feeling today. I probably should check the astrology charts to see how today was. Forecast. Well, unfortunately, let's see. I have a feeling that there are some very interesting planet alignments going on right now because I felt it today. So, and I have been meaning to come back on here and interact, but I've just been really procrastinating. And so, hopefully, not only hopefully, I know that this message is going to pertain to me as well as you because we all are one in many ways, one though many. So, this time I'm going to pull some cards from the Psychic Tarot to try to get an idea of the topic of today. Yeah, it's been very interesting. I'm thankful for the day. Me and my son did go out and view the beautiful sunny day, and it was cold, but we got out, we did some running around, got my mind off of that stagnant feeling, and felt better. Came home, we cooked some dinner. Okay, so the first thing I got is balance. And this is what's crazy. Okay, so 11, which equals 2, is balance. And I've been seeing 2, 2, 2, 2, 2 all day. On top of that, it was 1/22, 2022. So it meant that I needed to balance my energies today. I needed to balance them because whatever it is that's going on, just the energies in general, I felt very stagnant. And what I feel is that had I had not been very mindful about and aware of my feelings, I could have easily fell into something more negative. That's something that I refuse to do, and there's no reason for it any longer. So, what I do is I always stay in the attitude of gratitude. However, I did have some interesting interaction with my spirit guides and with my beloved ancestors. I did do some, um, why can't I remember the name of the thing that I used because it's 2 in the morning and I'm tired. Probably my brain is like, girl, go to bed. Anyway, pendulum. So I'm in a class and one of my teachers, sent me a pendulum, but I had bought one right before she sent it to me. just getting familiarized with my pendulum tonight, asking questions, and just seeing, about my life, and about moves that I'm going to be needing to make in the next couple of months, and for me and my children. Um, and Found out some pretty interesting information. So, always when things just feel so out of balance, it's important to go within and seek knowledge of self. And it's important to be aware of, the energies going on that day. I will probably look into it from some of my astrologers that I've been watching, but um, and I'll find out exactly what energies was going on today with the planet alignments and stuff. But it was definitely felt. But I'm very thankful. Yes, thankful for all experiences, good or bad. It molds you. It just does. Right. So balance was came out. So let's talk about balance. And I'm also going to pull a couple of tarot cards. I've already shuffled them 3 times. I'm going to go ahead and mix them up. And then I'm going to go ahead and do a cut. And these beautiful purple cards, this beautiful royal purple color. It looks blue, but they're actually purple. So that's like some crown chakra stuff, right? Spirit, what can you tell me? Beloved ancestors and spirit guides, what can you... Ooh, 2 cards popped up. Ace of Cups, right? That's the first one. And the World. A new love. A new cycle. A new love cycle. That's what I see. Ace of Cups represents a new baby or relationship, proposal, or marriage. And the World is a major arcana. And the major arcana represents um, completing a goal or lesson, immigration, travel, completion. So it looks like we're going through, um, balancing our lives right now. And it's important that we start balancing our lives right now because new things are about to be brought in our lives. What comes to mind for me is that a lot of us have been doing our self-worth work and figuring out our strengths and our weaknesses, letting go of things that aren't serving us anymore in our lives and moving forward. We're being pushed to do this, whether we like it or not. And a lot of us has hopes and dreams and aspirations that we want. Like, I know I definitely want, I'm ready to share my life with somebody. I'm ready to, experience life and share my life with someone. Um, and I know that person's here. They're here. Um, and I'm going to get ready to experience it. Um, so all that work that we have been doing, um, it's been leading up to this moment. Um, you know, this could also represent, somebody having a new baby. Um, of course, that's a life changing new um, situation. But the World also represents completing a goal or a lesson. And I would say that, like, I was having some conversations with my spirit team and ancestors earlier with my pendulum, and, you know, we're talking about possibly moving to another state. I've verified what that state is. I'm going to do some more soul searching, but my lease is coming up, and if things are in a position for me to, I will more than likely be moving in the next month and a half to 2 months. So stay tuned for that one. And if so, I'm excited. Um, I love where I am, but when spirit advises you, or you get that feeling or that need to do something, pay attention to it, because a lot of times there's a reason why, and we can think of every reason. I don't want to pull the kids out of school. I mean, I'm in a situation where I'm comfortable. So I think that for me, where I'm at, I've been very comfortable. But for my life path and moving forward, I'm going to need to move to a new place and start fresh. And that's when my path is really going to take off. I think what I've been doing this year, I've been taking a class, I've been working, I've been kind of relaxing, trying to just kind of go within, do the work, of loving myself, of the understandings of my past that helped me be who I am today. And I was just thinking, I look back at my past with my family on my father's side, and my father was one of 12 children. I never got to meet my grandfather because he passed away when my grandfather was like 10 or 11 years old. So my father was a young parent, but my dad rejected me really bad. Um, and my father's family rejected me um, pretty bad. And so, when I learned that before I came here and I incarnated, that I set these contracts with these people to show me something about myself, and the pain that it caused me, the being feeling left out and unimportant to your bloodline, and I'm the oldest grandchild on his side of all 12 kids, right? So that caused an effect on me because I feel now, I mean, I know I'm important. I'm important and I should be treated as such. But everybody else is not going to think that way. Whatever reasons they have that won't allow them to do what you feel is right, or whatever's right to them, whatever it is, this is their life and their journey. But I know that I chose to come here. I chose my parents. I chose the soul contracts that I have with my family members. And so, the interactions and what it's taught me, it's also taught me the behaviors that I created to protect myself, but I really didn't protect myself. Instead, I opened myself up to people and did not let boundaries, make sure that there were strict boundaries, and that, I didn't make sure that I preserved myself. Instead, I just opened up my heart. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, but you must understand that there are people who are going to eat your ass up because they have their issues, and a lot of them are selfish, they're takers. They have whatever issues they had from their past life or their current life or whatever happened early on in their life to create these behaviors that they have. And so one of the things that I learned was I'm learning is take your time, calm down, and don't let something just consume you. I mean, love feels great. It feels good to share your life with someone. It feels good to, experience someone in the best ways. Um, and then, relationships are not perfect. So even the best of the best relationships, it takes a lot of work. And but we can choose. We do have the ability of choosing who we're going to allow into our lives. And so look, there's some people that are really, really just naturally intuitive, and they fill people out real well, and they just don't allow people to come in, and they make people show them who they are before they give of themselves. So that's who I'm learning to be now, because I am the type of person that accepts people for who they are, because that's what I want. I don't want anybody judging me because of the way I look. I want somebody to love me for my heart, and I want to love somebody for their heart. But let's truth be told, I also want to be attracted to that person. I also want to be with that person. I don't want to just settle for anybody because they're giving me attention. So I'm asking for to be sent somebody that is kindred to me, um, similar to me in a lot of ways where, we don't think exactly the same, but we are similar in our thought processes and the way that we deal with each other. And also, I'm learning that I don't have to give so much. I can sit back and receive. As I've said in the past, and I haven't been on here long, but I know I've mentioned it before. I'm in a position now where I'm ready to receive. I've People have been taking from me for a long time, and that was one of the lessons. This one of the many lessons that I have to learn. So I'm just glad that I know now, and I'm glad that I have a chance to move forward without the fear, and also having an understanding, right? So yeah, that's one of the things. So um with the Ace of Cups, with a new relationship or proposal, or it could even just be friendships, building businesses with people. I'm also looking at starting another business. I actually had one that I had started, so there's actually two specific businesses that I'm looking into now. And excuse me, that's also one of the great things about this Ace of Cups, because it could be, a new business, a new way of living, a new place to live, as well as completing the cycle, and learning the lessons, um, for the next experience to come towards me. And I think that we need to recognize those things, um, as far as that it really took a lot of work and growth to receive. Uh-oh, what I just did. My connection's unstable, so they're trying to reconnect. Looks like we're back going. All right. So, again, with this Ace of Cups, um, I'm excited. I'm excited. And for those of us who it's been a long time coming, who we've had to remove those that were lookalikes, but they weren't them, um, having the discernment to, and the discipline, and be able to make that sacrifice, and finally just say, no, I'm not doing this anymore. No, I can't take you back. No. And you feel so guilty because that old you comes out like, oh well, could things change? Could it be for the better? I mean, sure it could, but are you ready to let that go for something new to come in? Because I know I am. I want something new. I want to leave the past in the past. I'm thankful for it and leave it in the past. I want to move forward and, balance out my life so that I can be able to have love and a relationship on top of living my life path and moving forward as I need to. I want the freedom to be able to move in my path and that I'm working towards. And with my partner, they have to be able to trust me and I have to be able to trust them, or the relationship doesn't work because I expect to have somebody that's on their game doing their thing just as well as I'm on mine. And we have to be able to trust. So, one of the great things that I like about being not being in a relationship right now is that I've had this experience since I haven't been alone since my teenage years. I mean, I met my first husband, when I was 18 years old. And prior to him, I was with somebody who really, my self esteem was just bad because I was a beautiful young woman. I mean, like in my youth, I was a beautiful young woman. And if I had had the self esteem that I learned that I have now, quiet, sorry. If I had learned if I knew then what I know now, life would have been different. But that's fine. I'm happy that, because a lot of beautiful things came out of this, and no time is ever wasted. We're where we need to be, and we just keep working on us. So I'll pull one more card from the tarot. Spirit, what is your advice for the collective? Do you have any advice? Ooh. Well, a bunch of them tried to come out, but yeah, the advice would be the devil. And the devil says addiction, greed, envy, materialism, obsession, sexual lust. The Nine of Pentacles is uh, luxury, self sufficiency, financial gain, solo pleasures, and a wish fulfilled, is from what I understand. A Four of Pentacles represents greed or desire for long term security. So then the Emperor is creation, pregnancy. Oh, no, that's the Empress. Respect, leadership, strategic planning, a father figure. The Nine of Wands represents keeping and maintaining boundaries and persistent. And the Four of Wands represents homecoming, celebrating family, friends, reunions. And what these cards mean to me is that we are going to be coming into some great abundance, but we have to let go of those old ties that we had to the behaviors that we used to, you know, like I said, low self esteem, or, you know, lying or disrespecting, or, um, whatever behavior that you might have created, from whatever pain or loss that you went through in your early ages or when you were in a past life, you know, letting go, because the devil is a lie. And I really truly understand what that means now, right? So if you let go and you don't allow those old negative thought processes that bind you to the past and to those old behaviors, you're going to get great abundance with the Nine of Pentacles, um, and just luxury, self sufficiency. It's going to, you're going to benefit financially. When this comes through, need to make sure that you've come to terms and have released things that no longer serve you, whether it be people or things or behaviors. Because with the Four of Pentacles, um, you get back into that insecurity, and you kind of convert back. And if you convert back to that, you know, if you don't convert back to it, here you are as the emperor. You'll be respected, for your leadership, strategic planning, whatever the case may be. You will be respected, for whatever your future and endeavors are, right? But with the Nine of Wands, I will say that we do need to by keeping and maintaining boundaries, we will really prosper in whatever it is we're trying to do, whether in balancing in our relationships, balancing our new businesses, balancing our relationships of those who we work with and in our families, right? With these boundaries, keep your boundaries. And then you will have that Four of Cups. I'm sorry, Wands. Four of Wands, which represents homecoming, celebrations, family, friends, and reunions. Sorry, I have a list here of stuff. And that's the ultimate goal, right? So, that Ace of Cups, I keep accidentally pushing a button on here because I'm using my keyboard as the where I put my tarot cards. So anyway, that was a great message. Um, I will be back on soon, and I look forward to interacting with the world. So please like and subscribe. Thank you.